dawn is near. Hope is rising, the change is here. No more sleeping, we hear the sound. Chains are breaking, new life is found. It's time for a wake-up call. Lift your eyes, God's got it all. Breakthrough is coming, stand up tall. It's time for a wake-up Rise up, shake off the past. This moment was made to last. New beginnings, freedom sings. Transformation in everything. It's time for a wake-up call. Lift your eyes, God's got it all. Breakthrough is coming, stand up tall. It's time for a wake-up call. Lift your eyes, God's got it all. Breakthrough is coming, stand up tall. It's time for a wake-up It's time for a wake-up call. Lift your eyes, God's got it all. Breakthrough is coming, stand up tall. It's time for a wake-up call. Lift your eyes, God's got it all. Breakthrough is coming, stand up tall. It's time for a wake-up call.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome this morning to the show. The Wake Up Call is back on Monday morning, and it's a beautiful Monday morning after we had a little chilly, though. After we had a nice couple of days of some rain, and it was a nice long weekend, Good Friday. I was out of the office. I was surprised the banks were open. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're closed today. I don't know. But they were open on Good Friday. I went by and saw people going in and out. I'm like, what in the world? What's happened here? But yesterday was Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. For those of you who don't want to say Easter or whatever, we're just celebrating the resurrection. H-E-B was closed. Now, Walmart did not close, but H-E-B was closed for Easter Sunday. God bless H-E-B. Shout out to you guys. Hey, Gail, Miss Ranella. We can move forward now. The two made one. I say that all the time, but it really is the truth, Gail. Gail, you and Miss Ranella. God bless y'all. I love y'all so much. Maybe one of these days, Gail, I'll get down to Pensacola. Who knows? I've been there several times. Just didn't know you were there. Just didn't know. But I've been there several times. Got sand, the white sand between my toes. I was there a week once. I was there a week one time during the Brownsville revival back in the 90s. And I don't know if it's still a Days Inn or what, but when you're coming in off of I-10 there, you exit off, there was a Days Inn hotel there at one of the exits. That's where we stayed. You would go down a little ways and kind of wiggle through the woods, and you back in Brownsville over there. And was there for a week there. Stood out in line at the Brownsville Revival for a long period of time every day to get into that thing. And then not too far from my hotel was a Ryan's Steakhouse or whatever. I don't know if it's steak, but it was a Ryan's, the buffet thing. We ate over there quite a bit, and then we went down to the beach. Excuse me, I'm a little sleepy. Went down to the beach and played in the sand. And that was before, we only had 3 kids at that time. We only had John Andrew, Lydia, and Destiny. Nathan and Hagen were not even around. They weren't even a gleam in our eye. We had no clue. It was a long time after that before they came along. And anyways, we had a great weekend. My daughter and son-in-law came late last night, about 10 o'clock. They showed up somewhere there, I guess. I was already in bed. And I just came out and said, God bless y'all. I love you. I got to get up early because I was going to the gym this morning. I was not going to miss no matter what. But I was also tired because I worked a lot over the weekend. And last week was a very stressful week. Last Thursday was a lot of pressure. Just be praying with us. We're trying to get some things done concerning Nathan. And we are, it's just a broken system out there. Very, very hard to maneuver and manipulate, whatever you want to call it. It is tough. But praise God, good things are happening, and we're thankful for that. So be praying for us. It is a tough situation to the point. Last Thursday, I was really on the verge of, I was walking through HEB after being on the phone for hours, and then this one office for hours and back and forth. I was just nearly in tears from the pressure and the strain and the stress of it. And it was very, very difficult. A friend of mine called. I couldn't even hardly talk to him on the phone. Finally, I just said, listen, I've got to go. I'm about to just crash in this truck. I'm tired and wore out mentally from all of this. And it is a tough, very tough thing. So be praying for us. We'll appreciate it very much. I did make it to the gym this morning, and I was glad to get the workout in because some people, it may not be this way, but for me, when I go to the gym, it's actually kind of relaxing. I kind of get stretched out. I lift, I get some of the pressure off of me when I'm lifting and walking and meditating. I was listening to worship this morning and just enjoying the presence of God and focusing, getting my attention on Him, and did some other things. Had several things going on today. But anyways, God's good, and we're so grateful and so thankful for what the Lord is doing. Today, and I've been working on, there's so much out there, but I've been working on some things trying where I could help some people maybe make some extra money, side hustles, people call them, that sort of thing. There are a lot of different ones out there. I've talked about several different ones. This has been a little out of the norm in the sense that maybe a lot of, there are people who say, well, Brother John, I'm too old to start a side hustle. I'm this or that. They got some excuse. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but you probably know somebody that is struggling with something right now. Maybe they're struggling to make a car note or a house note or pay their insurance or whatever, and they could use an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Would make a tremendous difference in their life. And so I have been going through the last series of lives has been on what you can do to start a side hustle to make some extra money. And you don't have to make tons in order to have something life-changing happen for you. I shared a couple of things. If you just there's the Rover app, the WAG app. I shared about several apps that you could, that you could get on, and you could pet sit. You could do all kinds of things, and you can make an extra, $500 a month off of those apps alone pretty easily. We know we have personally, now my daughter personally does the Rover app, and it's nothing for her to make $1,200 plus a week off the Rover app. There are other apps out there. You've got the food delivery apps that are out there. Let me see here. Let me go up here and get those specific ones. I want to help you with those. That would be DoorDash and Uber Eats. I was trying to remember those. DoorDash and Uber Eats. Excuse me. Those are simple to do. Just got to have a car and be willing to take stuff to people's house for them, and food and that sort of thing, and be I've gotten text from clients already this morning. All right. You can deliver the food, and there's no excuse, because the lady here in town that does DoorDash is crippled. She's had a stroke or something. Her whole left side of her body is messed up, and I've seen her. She's faithful to pick them up and get them out, and she's making extra money with that. We have another friend who owned a business in Mexia, and some things happened. She lived over like around the Red Lake area, Grapeland too, somewhere in there. Anyway, she shut that business down. She was doing real well there in Mexia with her snow cone business. We loved her snow cones. We were always going by there, and we became good friends with her. Precious lady. And so she recently, she said, well, I'm going to shut this down. I'm driving too far, blah, blah, blah. She started doing DoorDash and other stuff. She's making an awesome living doing DoorDash. Then she took the building she had over in Mexia, moved it over to where she's at and using it for a rental house or something along those lines. She's using that building, making an income off the building itself. So there are all kinds of things that you can do that don't require any real startup money from you. We talked about pressure washing, starting a pressure washing business, handyman service. All of those things do require some level of startup, in the sense that if you're going to be a handyman, of course you need tools and that sort of thing. But you can get started by just going to Harbor Freight with about $250, and you can get enough handyman tools to keep you going for a long time. I love Harbor Freight. I go in there quite a bit. I need to go over there right now. But I love Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's great. Lowe's, Home Depot, of course, they've got tools and materials and stuff like that. But you can get started. Landscaping, yard mowing, yard cleanup, hauling junk off. We talked about all of these things. You got vehicle, you can pull a small trailer and haul junk off for people, they'd be happy to pay you to come and pick their stuff up. And there are people out there that are always needing washing machines and stuff hauled off. If you can find a washing machine or a dryer repair person, appliance repair person, a lot of times you can take those old things to them and they can part them out to use to repair other people's stuff, and it helps them and help you to get rid of it. But you can get rid of a lot of things. People will pay you to haul things off. The other day I was talking to a pastor of a church. He was telling about a guy that hauls stuff off for them, hauling off a piano. I'm going to tell you something. You want to make a lot of, just tell people you'll haul off their upright pianos. You can just about name your price for that. But there are all kinds of things out there that you could do. And so I have put together 3 different things. I put together an ebook on pressure washing, one on side hustles, and one on digital products, which is what I'm going to talk about today. So if you see anything you probably see on Facebook in your reels or in your, any of that stuff, there's somebody always telling you how I sit at home, make $500,000 a month off of it. Well, sometimes you look at those things and you go, oh, that can't be real. That's a joke. And then there's the phone. You see the ads for, the simple phone trick type of thing. Some of those things are kind of scammy and unethical. It's not that you couldn't make money with them. They're just not things probably you should get involved in. And there are tons of them out there, and normally they just give you enough information to get your appetite whet, and then you buy their product, and then the next thing you do is you go and you buy their product, but it's just slightly incomplete, and then they upsell you to the next level where they kind of help. And some people, that's a giant step from like they'll buy a $200 product, and the next step up is $10,000 to, really learn how to do it. Well, I'm going to hopefully over the next few weeks of time pull back the curtain and let you see how it can be done, how you can get sales, how you can create a simple product yourself based around something that you like or you enjoy. And so it's finding something that solves somebody's problem, that gives them a shortcut to getting to a specific thing they're wanting to do or wanting to have. There's all kinds of things like that. So today I want to talk to you about the number one way that I have personally myself used to make extra money, and that is with a simple digital product. Now, when I'm talking about a digital product, I am talking about like an ebook, a checklist, a guide, a template of some sort. I'm talking about a video course. I'm talking about an audio course. I'm talking about something where you teach something to somebody. There are all kinds of things out there that you can be doing with these things. I use these tools like that to help me in getting clients. Like you might come up with an ebook as to how to get 10 new patients a month for your dental practice or something along that line. But I'll tell you how that this particular type of product, a digital product, is why I love it so much. And you may know somebody. If you know somebody right now that needs to make extra income, they should be watching this video. Now, this is by no means exhaustive what I'm going to give you, but I'm just hoping to whet your appetite a little bit for it so that you maybe take another step and move forward and do something that will be life-changing and help you in a lot of ways. But so several years ago, I've always been doing some type of. I started out. The first thing that happened to me was I was in a Kroger store in Sulphur, Louisiana. Kroger store. I came across a book called Millionaire. It was in a magazine called Millionaire Blueprints, and I'm actually friends on Facebook here with a guy that was the partner in that. And since then, the main guy has died, and I've been waiting on that domain to come available for a long time. But anyways, Millionaire Blueprints, and it had articles in it. One of them was on a guy named Russell Brunson, who I've bought several of his books since, and he's younger than me. And Russell Brunson made a digital product that was on a DVD on how to build a potato gun. This is one of those guns that you can build out of PVC pipe, and you put a potato in it and spray some hairspray in the back end of that thing and light it, and it'll shoot that potato out a long ways. And people wanted to learn how to build a potato gun because he made $1 million off of a digital product on how to build a potato gun. Now, there have been others out there that in the same magazine, there was an article about a guy named Yannick Silver who created a series of sales letters you could download to sell a product or a service, or it was emails or whatever. It was a whole series of letters, kind of ways to present products and services to people through these letters. And he sold that and made a fortune off of selling this sales letter package that he had put together. And then there were other people. There was a guy on there that was selling teleseminars where you would call into a phone number. You can still do this today. You can call in on a phone number and have a meeting on a telephone, and he would have teleseminars. All kinds of different things like that. These products were making these people rich, and they were solving problems for people that had specific needs in specific categories, and they would solve a problem with them. So I thought, man, I can do this. I could do this. So first thing I did, the first digital product I came up with was a book, an ebook, and I made a sales letter and everything. Didn't know too much about it. I just didn't have enough money to get somebody else to do it for me. But I did it myself and barely got any sales at all. Didn't hardly pay for anything. And it flopped. Well, I say it flopped. That book is still available today, and I do get some sales off of it from time to time. But it was not something. It didn't take the world by storm like I thought it would. And then I created some other things and did all of that. But then I came up with an idea of I could build websites and that sort of thing. And I came up with another idea that prospered in several markets and was very successful, and it involved video. And I was probably the first person to use video in this way. And did very well at it. But I came to a point where I was kind of stalemated, and I didn't know what in the world I was going to do. And then I ran into a physical issue, which was my tonsils. I was 44 years old, and I became very ill, and my tonsils just gave out. I had such infection pouring through my body that my lymph node system swelled up real big and all of that. And I was really just messed up pretty good. And I thought, oh my Lord, what am I going to do? And so I had some client work going on and that sort of thing, but I really it was coming into Christmas time, and I really needed some extra money. And so I thought, how can I do? I've got this knowledge. What can I do to make this extra money during the holiday season? Pay for all our bills would be paid, and then we could pay for Christmas for all the kids and everything, and have some left over too. How can I do that? So I was on a forum online called Warrior Forum. All right. And so Warrior Forums were people who are in the marketing, product selling stuff online. They're in that forum talking about things, and there were people there that would sell their services. Well, one thing I noticed in there is there were people who wanted to, who were trying to figure out how to get more clients in specific niches. Now, at that particular time, I worked a lot with personal injury attorneys, and still do. It's not as big as my dental business, but I still work with some attorneys. And I was very good at getting attorneys, prospecting and getting attorneys to follow me, and then sell them on my services, their websites, their marketing for their websites and all that. I was very good at it. And so I thought, well, why don't I create a product on how to prospect attorneys and sign up attorneys as clients for consultants. And so I created a simple ebook. I created a video that told about the product, what it did, another video that they could use to send to attorneys, to prospect attorneys, and a simple email. And I put that little product together, and I sold that product, I think it was $17. $17 was all. It was basically 2 videos, an ebook, and an email, a simple email to send out. That's all it was. I made it one time, and I made the video using Keynote, which is like PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, but it's Apple's Keynote presentation. I made the video in Keynote. And so I took those things, packaged them together, and then I took the checks. I took the checks that I get from attorneys, and they were substantial checks for retainers and stuff. And I showed, listen, I did this process. I got these attorneys. Here's real proof. Here's the money from these clients that I get the checks from. And I put that on there as good social proof. And so as I started doing that, I then went to Warrior Forum, and I put the course or the product of this couple of videos, an email, and an ebook, and I put those on Warrior Forum for $17. Launched the product, and it's kind of a challenge because the products rotate down the page pretty fast. So you got to get in front of people and have the right kind of headline and everything to get their attention. So I put the product on Warrior Forum. I got a couple of affiliate people to promote it on their list and that sort of thing. And in 3 hours, I launched that product. And in 3 hours, I made $3,000 I made $3,000 in 1 hour. So a $17 product, I launched it. I made $3,000 in 1 hour with a digital product that solved a simple need, a simple problem in the lives of people who were trying to build their consulting business. So that thing went on. I created another one just like it to prospect another group of people. Same thing happened. I ended up making several $1,000s off a couple of $17 products. We did really, really well with those. And so that's been my favorite go-to product is a digital product because they're simple to create. And if you can, and people will watch video, they will listen to audio, they will read simple things. All of them, what I did was if it was a printed like an ebook, I took all the fluff out of it. I just said, do this, 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 and this, and you get right to answering their questions and solving their problem. I didn't spend a bunch of time with a bunch of fluff content in there that was actually no good to them. I just got right to the point, very simple, created this digital product and sold it and made $3,000 in 1 hour. Now, things are a little more difficult these days. That was when I was 44 and I'm 58 now. And I've continued to do these things. But right now, the marketplace is pretty crowded in these things. But that doesn't mean you can't set yourself apart and do something like this and make some extra money for you and your family. Maybe you're coming up on a birthday of somebody in your family. You need to make a couple of $100. You can do that by renting a pressure washer from your local rental store, getting a bottle of bleach and a pump up sprayer, and you can make that in a day or two easy. If you're just willing to do the work. There are so many different things you can do, but a digital product that solves a problem. Let me give you, for instance, when I first got into this kind of thing, I'd read about different people who were doing these things. And there was one lady I read about. She had a chronic problem, and I'm probably not saying this right, but it was like tetanitis, something along that line. It's a fancy word for chronic hair pulling. Chronic hair pulling. She would chronically just pull at her hair all the time until she pulled her hair out. She was always pulling her hair. Well, she figured out a way to stop chronic hair pulling, to stop pulling on her hair. She figured out a way to cope with it and to ultimately stop it. So she created an ebook on how to stop chronic hair pulling that she sold for $39, okay? That book is still selling to this day, and it's been years since she put it up there. She is still taking in $125,000 a year in sales over an ebook on chronic hair pulling that she put out back 10, 15 years, 15 years ago or more. So it's chronic hair pulling. Who would have thunk it? But one little digital product pays her $125,000 a year to teach people how to stop chronic hair pulling. There are other digital products out there. The other day I watched a lady and her husband started a membership site where they taught and encouraged and developed a community of people around incontinence, women struggling with incontinence. This lady figured out a way to cope with incontinence, to stop it or slow it down completely. She figured out a way to do it. She starts a community, a membership site, and people start coming, ladies start coming and joining her site on incontinence. And now they're making $100,000 a month. Not a year, a month. $100,000 a month with a membership site with a course on it. And they're doing some other things like Zoom calls and that sort of thing, but it's considered a digital product helping ladies cope with incontinence. And they're making $100,000 a month by helping them do that. There are so many niches. I know out there of another group of another man and his wife. They had a passion for art and teaching people to paint. And so they start a membership and start a digital product around that. And they're making a lot of money every month. It's like $40,000 or $50,000 a month teaching people about painting and use of colors and that sort of thing. If you go onto a platform called Skool, Skool, and I'm going to be launching something on there before too long. If you go on skool.com, you'll find people who have developed communities on there where they have digital products and courses and all kinds of things like that. There's a guy on there teaching pickleball. Okay, pickleball. It's crazy. Let me see. I think I have the Skool app on my phone, if I'm not mistaken. I think I do. Let me see here if I do. Well, I better go over here and search. SK. There it is. I found it. Hopefully I won't have to log in because I'll have to try to remember all this stuff. But yeah, here it is. I'm going to have to log in. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll log in and give you some ideas here. of things you probably hadn't thought about. Okay. All right. Here is, wait a second, let me go to Discover. All right, here's a pickleball school, okay? This guy has got a pickleball school. His name is Kyle Kazuda, and his team of coaches teach pickleball. They have 1.3 thousand members, 1,300 members at $49 a month. Now, that's well over $50,000 a month teaching people pickleball. Here's another one right here. Now, this guy's got a free community. He has 318,100 members in it. It's a free community, but he's selling products and services inside of there related to this community. Here's one for you. Wish you could see it right there. It's Learn Calligraphy. Learn Modern Calligraphy. There's two ladies that have this calligraphy school teaching people how to do calligraphy. They have 1,000 members at $9 a month. So there's $9,000 a month for these ladies right here. $9,000 a month teaching calligraphy. Here is a lady that's got a dance academy on here, Ina's Dance Academy. She has 437 members paying $149 a month for teaching dance. Here's one for you ladies, the number one community for menopausal, peri and post women to lose weight, get healthier, and regain their confidence. It's called The Lady Change. The Lady Change. She has 2,000 members at $37 a month. Figure that up. These are considered digital products. There's the Aspinall Way. He has 30,000 members. He's got his community's free, but he sells stuff inside of there. Here is Tom Bilyeu's Zero to Founder. He has 2.4 thousand members at $119 a month. Take 2,400 and multiply times 119, and your mind will be blown. You might say, and there are people on here, I've never heard of some of these people. They're just average, everyday people who have products or they have a skill, something they're trying to help people. They're trying to help people overcome a problem, get a solution to a problem, and they charge a small amount of money and they bring people together. Now, why is that powerful? These communities are powerful because you find people who come up with other ideas, and they're sharing in this community things that help them overcome and get past a particular problem. So all of these things are pretty powerful. And if you think you can't do it, the only thing that's keeping you from doing it is you thinking you can't do it. The deal is you can do it. So on school, you could start your own community on school for $9 a month. And if you want to go to the next tier where you have your own specific domain name for school and all, it's $99 or $97 or $99 a month, something like that. But if you had 500 members paying you $20, you wouldn't care if it was $99 a month, would you? So you can do this if you would just set your mind to it and do it. Like Roger Miller said, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd unless you set your mind to it and do it. So you can come up with these things, and it's simple with the AI tools that are out there. You can create images, you can create the ebooks, all of it. You can make it look fantastic. I mean, simple, easy to do. Plug in your information. It spits it out for you. You can get a nice looking ebook cover and all of that, and you can sell it. You can sell an ebook for $17 to $47 pretty easily. I've bought them. I remember I bought one ebook. I needed one chapter out of it. I didn't even need the whole ebook. I just needed one chapter. The ebook was $97, and I paid $97 for one ebook to get one chapter out of it. That made me a whole lot more than the $97 I invested in the book. So there are tons and tons of things that you can do, little products that you can create. Maybe you've got a special recipe. You can create some recipe books on family recipes. I know a guy. Wish I had I could get Willie Crawford on here right now. A longtime friend of mine, Willie Crawford. One of his first digital products, and he's still selling it to this day, was a recipe book on soul food. And that was his first money he made online, was a recipe book on soul food recipes. So don't think that you don't have anything to say or something. There is some problem you have overcome, some situation you have been through. Maybe you could write an ebook on how you dealt with grief. How the loss of a loved one or a child, how you dealt with grief, how you made it through some particular challenge that looked like it would have just taken you out, but it didn't. You learned how to cope with it. You came up with strategies. There's all kinds of ways for you to do this. And if you would just take some time to sit down and think about it, and then and come out with a plan, write an outline. You can use ChatGPT or Claude or Perplex, any of those, or go to galaxy.ai and pay the $99 for a whole year. You get access to all of those tools. You can create products inside of there that you can sell to other people that will solve their problems. And people are looking for shortcuts from point A to point B. Nobody wants to go the long way around. I've often said that the shortest distance between 2 points is an expert. But because if you take out on your own with no map, there is no telling how fast you're going to get to that next point. But if you have somebody who's been from point A to point B and can guide you there, you'll get there a whole lot quicker with a lot less obstacles and get the result you're looking for much faster than if you try to do it on your own. And believe me, I know, because I've done a lot of this on my own. I've worked through it, and the Lord has helped me, given me this knowledge to be able to help other people do it as well. So I want to encourage you. Do this. You can do it, and you can add an income to another income stream to your life that will help you pay your car off, your house, pay your bills, credit cards off, whatever. You can do this. And I believe that God will help you, and I'm here to help you if you need it. I'm happy to help provide you some guidance as to what to do. You say, well, how do I sell my product? Well, one of the first things you can do is go over to Stan Store, STANSTORE, Stan Store. Go to Stan Store. It's a simple process to upload. You're looking at $29 a month to use their system, connect your payment thing. You can sell your product right through there, right over social media. I mean, you could literally, if you had a digital product or something today, you could literally set up a Stan Store today and be making money tomorrow with a digital product. It's that simple. It doesn't require a lot of tech skills. You can do it. You can make as much as you want to or as little as you want to. It's up to you. But you may say, but I would say set yourself a goal. Say, okay, I want to make an extra $500 a month. If I'm going to make an extra $500 a month, what is the pathway I need to get there? How many products do I need to sell? Is there any upsells? Could I sell on this product, but add on some extra information for this amount of money and increase the sale? So you have upsells, you have side sales, you have there's There's a whole bunch of terminology there. We won't get into that. Some of you just would like to get your first $100 made online. And if you did, you would just be ecstatic. And I want to tell you, it's simpler than you think. It's simpler than you think if you're willing to do it. There are all kinds. You could go to YouTube right now. Listen, there's a girl on YouTube. Her name's Bailey. I think it's Bailey Van. She teaches people how to make money on Etsy. And you can, her process is dirt simple. And you can make money on Etsy and never have a product in your house. Just, you could go to, there's a couple of websites you can go to. You could create t-shirts, hats, cups, whatever you wanted to. Show the designs, upload them to Etsy. When they buy them, the order comes into that company where you did the design and it ships it right out for you. You don't even have to have any inventory. Etsy is a tremendous way to create digital products. You can just create the designs and sell the designs. You don't even have to sell a cup or a t-shirt or something. You can just sell the designs. You can sell journals. You can get on Canva and you can make a digital journal in Canva and sell it for $20 on Etsy all day long. There are all kinds of things that you can do. So I want to encourage you to take some type of action today and create something, and then I'll be happy to coach you along and help you to get to the next level. You say, I created this product, Brother John. What do I do with it next? How do I get in front of the right people? And I can help you do that. I can help you do it. God bless you. I want to help you do it. Well, God's good. This is the last in this series today of what you can do as a believer to make some extra income. God wants you to be blessed. And I want you to be blessed. I want you to have more than enough. God wants you to have, He doesn't want you struggling and trying to get by. Amen? Amen. Listen, we love you. God bless you. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great day. And I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you today to step out in faith and challenge yourself in this area and see if God won't make a way and bless you in the process. In Jesus' name. We love you. God bless you. I'll talk to you later. This is Big John here on the Wake Up Call.